Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. A very warm welcome back to the channel. This is Alpha Omega Occasionally. At this occasion, we're talking about relationships, but a specific component of any relationship you'll have with a Thai woman. And I know I'm speaking in general, but I'm speaking from experience, and I'm speaking from the experience of listening to other guys who have been or are married to Thai women. And the thing about it is, you'll never get a Thai woman to, well, in terms of relationship wise, you'll never get a Thai woman to meet you halfway. In my experience, they're incapable. I say they're as in the second party rather than the third party. The second party, let's say, nondescript. So, well, I'll be honest, I'm talking about my wife. I'll say she instead of there. But she is, in my experience, I love her. She's a wonderful, wonderful person, a wonderful mother, one of the most selfless people I ever met in my life. I repeat that, the most selfless people I ever met in my life. Dedicates her whole time to the family, and more specifically to Harry and his future and his education and everything like that. So this is meant to be an attack on any one individual's character or personality traits. It's my experience, and I can tell you that being married to a Thai woman, my experience is that they again, third party, they will never meet you halfway. They're incapable, and this goes for Thai culture in general, and I mean in general. Thais are educated in a certain way. Again, on statistics, I'm going to give you figures, but they're completely ballpark. I think that the country with the highest standard of education in the world is South Korea, followed by Singapore, followed by Finland, but they're the 1, 2, 3. And my country, Ireland, is ranked about number 8, ahead of the UK, ahead of the United States, blah 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 blah. Yes, Ireland is has a very high standard of education. Thailand is ranked number 78, or thereabouts, ballpark, 78. And it's obvious, when you come here, it's a no-brainer. You say, when you hear that Thailand is ranked 78 in terms of the standard of education in the world, when you speak to Thais, I spoke to a Thai person the other night, and they were in their 30s, so they were reasonably mature, and they had their own business, and they travelled extensively throughout Southeast Asia. And we were talking about events, and I mentioned Vladimir Putin, and that person looked at me as if I had two heads. They'd never heard of Vladimir Putin. I qualified it by explaining his role and what he does, and still nothing. Zippo. Thais have very little awareness or knowledge of the outside world. The education system keeps them ignorant. I'm not saying Thai people are ignorant, they're not. They're friendly, they're cordial, they're all those things. But when it comes to, let's say, comprehension of other cultures, they haven't got a clue. So therefore, your Thai wife can't meet you halfway. It's her way or the highway. She can't understand. I used to say that Thais are emotionally immature. That was the best way I could describe it. But that kind of label, let's say, doesn't cover it completely. To say that, they can. My wife can only see an argument. I mean, you probably say this with any woman, but I can't have an argument with my wife. Okay, we can shout. Well, she can shout and scream at me, and I can reply to her. But we can't have a healthy argument because she won't listen to my point of view. Because she can't listen to my point of view. Because she was educated in the Thai education system, and they're generally Thais are not ignorant when it comes to manners and to hospitality and things like that. Of course not. But when it comes to academic, or let's say, for the want of a better word, intellectual conversation, you'd be hard pressed, and I mean hard pressed, to find the average Thai person who'll be able to have a discussion with you on world events, because they just don't know. And that's my experience. What do you think? I mean, I always ask your opinion on these things. You know, I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm saying that this is my opinion. This is my experience. And if you want to keep a country or a nation or a people in a certain way, well, the easiest way to do that is through education, or the lack thereof. I was a teacher in a Thai school for 3.5 years, and the geography that was taught in the school was just more or less Thai geography. There was an issue, and they don't know anything. My wife doesn't even know where Ireland is. I've said that a million times. She still doesn't know. She doesn't care. That's the other thing. She doesn't care to know, and that proves my point. But there's been issues with Thais internationally where they remember the Thai girl group who wore the swastika, which is a Buddhist symbol originally, but they were so ignorant of historical events that they apparently gave a salute. I won't mention the word. They gave a salute. I won't mention the adjective. A salute at a concert, and they ended up having to apologise to the Israeli ambassador. You can Google it there. But that just displays the ignorance of Thai people. And it's not ignorance, it's not ignorance in every aspect of life, but it's ignorance when it comes to understanding other cultures and being able to meet your spouse halfway. That's it. That's my 5 cents worth. Guys, I'm getting getting eaten alive by mosquitoes in this bloody rainy season. I swear to God. I can't wait for this bloody rainy season to be over. Listen, I'm going to head in and edit this video. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you click that like button, the share button, subscribe button. Do all those wonderful things. And I'll bring you back another wonderful video very soon. Thanks for joining me.